Look at how shiny she is. Damn.
I like Adam. Oh.
How's it going, Adam?
That's
the other thing. Okay, so
why is there a dog in her face? Oh.
head to toe shiny. Nice. Slater. Head to toe shiny. Always hairless. Absolutely hairless, except for, you know,
head.
Yeah, eyebrows, hair. That's it.
Even the eyebrows.
Yeah, they're penciled on probably.
Bye, Haru.
Wait.
You gotta spend that gold, dog. Pick up that gold. It's popping at the bottom.
Put your mouse near it. There we go.
Oh, this is
What are you
easy.
thinking? Now buy some gear, something. Choyo is 51 gold.
We are streaming
Bye, Haru.
on Roosterteeth.com.
Oh, you got a critical hit. Nice.
Big Aqua, baby.
Welcome to an oiled up bowl of dude soup.
What's the other? Oh, treasure chest, treasure chest.
Get that treasure chest!
In any amount of light, you can
the
see
gold.
a giant shine on it at all times. And it's also got 2 little lumps on the top.
She's a bear.
That's to accentuate these things.
Gross.
Who is this one on the right?
I think that's me.
That's your character.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Your boobs are way smaller.
She's
You need to
indifferent.
get something that does some auto attacking for you, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
Is there an auto clicker app I can?
There
just
has
download?
to be.
I just realized, yeah, all this clicking is probably going to come through on the podcast.
Click quiet.
It's okay.
Yeah, you might have to pace yourself, Adam. We got a long podcast going. Whoa!
What are you doing?
Those are giant tits. Oh my god.
Man,
Oh,
the people
Just
listen.
play the.
I feel
you're
bad
gonna
for the people
cheat.
listening.
He's gonna fucking.
Wait, why are you gonna cheat in this game?
So I don't click
No.
and fuck up the audio
Doesn't
because it's a
matter. Just-
podcast.
It really
You
doesn't
have
matter.
to set
Just
it up
okay.
to auto click.
You gotta just
all
pace
right.
yourself out. Probably there's something you can buy in game that'll
Yeah.
auto click for you.
Most of these clicker games, they stop. You stop clicking after a certain.
Yeah, you don't want
Download
to
that
get
virus, Adam. Nice.
you don't want to get banned, man.
I think a clicker, a mouse clicker.
You're gonna get VAC banned from Sakura Clicker.
Welcome to auto clicker.
This is the most pathetic thing in the world. Jesus.
Do your thing.
All right.
If anyone from the actual leaderboards for Sakura Clicker is watching,
We're sorry.
I do not agree with these methods.
true.
I don't condone them, and I think Adam should be shunned from the community for this.
We are dishonoring the noble art of clicking on titty girls.
Just keep doing this. I've never done this before. This is interesting to me.
All right. Well, this episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace allows you to build professionally designed sites regardless of skill, no coding required. So if you are, let's just throw this out. Oh, Jesus Christ, Adam.
You're hacking it.
You still have to pick up the items.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Let's say that you are the world champion in Sakura Clicker, and you want to tell everyone the glory of being a fair combatant in Sakura Clicker, not cheating like Adam is right now. You can make a great website showing off your demo reel, your maybe a nice little table highlighting your scores. You could even have a little like image gallery of all the little ladies that you combat with in the desert or whatever's going on here. Squarespace has state-of-the-art technology powering your site to ensure security and stability. It starts at $8 a month, and you get a free domain if you sign up for a year. We've often mentioned, like, this is an anecdote I tell often when it comes to Squarespace, but we get a lot of questions about how do I do what you do? Well, you just start doing it, and oop, there you go. You're going a little click crazy there. You got to start doing it, and then you have to have a way to show people it. YouTube is pretty easy for that, but it also helps to have a portfolio website with some clips and you know, just personal information, ways to contact you, things like that. So start your free trial site today with no credit card required. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to sign up at squarespace.com/dudesoup to get 10% off your first purchase. Once more, that's squarespace.com/dudesoup. 10% off your first purchase. Thank you for your sponsorship, Squarespace. And moving on to other games that probably didn't take a long time to make, but still earned lots of money. Pewdiepie played Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and that, you could say no shit, but that's notable because he doesn't like Five Nights at Freddy's anymore. He basically said, I like the first 2 games, by the 3rd it got annoying, by the 4th, he didn't really even want to play it anymore, and he kind of made that obvious. You got to spend your gold, dog.
So did you watch the video?
I did.
Video? Now, was he faking reaction or was he just playing it normally?
No. He was playing it normally. Like, okay, so he started playing, and he was like, hey, here we go, it's Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and he's like, I'm so excited. And then, like, it just zoomed in on his face.
Like, yeah.
So he made it pretty clear that, like, he wasn't into it to begin with. Don't buy DLC.
Are you kidding me?
Don't buy it.
Sorry.
You gotta buy
Buy
gear.
more adventurers.
Adventure.
You're in the DLC section.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, get out of the DLC.
So what are you doing? Come
I
on.
don't know what this is.
Go to items, weapons, or something.
So
Page.
it's interesting because what we have here is a good old-fashioned case of. So after the video came out, he saw some. Well, click buy next
Buy
to Choyo.
next to
What is that?
Choyo.
There you go.
There you
Now
go.
you're getting more ladies. There, see? Yeah, get them all. Collect them
Now
all.
your strength is higher.
And look, she changed over there.
Just gotta kill the little fairy dog.
Sorry, were we talking about something?
Yeah, PewDiePie. So the only reason I bring this up is because we're kind of familiar with this. So he did a blog post after the fact. He showed like the like-dislike ratio on his video. He said, ratings-wise, it was probably one of his worst videos.
Really?
Which even for him wasn't that bad.
The Five Nights at Freddy's 4 video?
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Let me click on this because I got a little image here. So it got 126,000 likes, 6,000 dislikes. The ratio there is still pretty good. We've certainly seen worse on things we've done, but
not often. I mean, most of the time it's it's pretty positive.
Yeah. So for him, he was like, okay, there was a clear negative reaction to this video. What are you doing, Adam?
Because he's
clicking too much.
auto-clicking,
Yeah,
so when he
much.
slides off the screen, it clicks.
You guys need to mind your own business right now.
We're watching you play.
That's fair. We should let Adam click on the ladies however he
Click on
likes.
buy the items and shit.
I'd like when
You're
James
really
is
frustrated. Yeah, you're really frustrated.
Listen, people have seen, I get really frustrated when, last week when we were playing that dumb elephant game,
Yeah, Tembo.
I was getting so frustrated.
Tembo the
Just
elephant.
jump.
I know.
There, you got auto-clicking now. You were hurting and you didn't have to click. Just let it go.
So the game already has cheats built into it.
No,
Yeah,
that's how
every
clicker
auto-clicker
games work.
All right. So, anyways,
I don't play this.
So he did a post follow-up trying to address his fans because they were basically like, they're like, why did you do this video if you didn't want to play the game? And then so he made this blog post basically showing his Twitter feed of people just spamming him, saying, you have to play Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you gotta play it.
him to do it. Of course, he's played all the Five Nights at Freddy's. That makes total
Exactly.
sense to me.
So it's one of those interesting situations where there's an audience that is howling for something they think they want, but then once they get it, they realize it's not exactly what they were expecting. And then even from the creative side of things, PewDiePie could have tried to tell them, listen, you think you want this video because it worked in the past, but it's not going to work again, so please stop asking for it.
Well, that it's funny because that may not work either. 'Cause
Exactly.
Then you're gonna get a bunch of people on your ass being like, "Well, just fucking make the video."
Yeah, you can't tell us what to like.
Yeah, like we're your audience. We tell you what to do. Now, here's the interesting thing.
It's that voice again.
We just did the.
Yeah, we're being condescending.
That's the audience voice. Here's the thing.
drowns
We just did
together.
the YouTube certification thing, and what we find out through YouTube certification, and honestly, just generally through YouTube best practices, YouTube tells you to do the thing that you want to do. That's first and foremost. Like before anything else, a YouTube channel, thumbnails, titles, whatever, it says do the thing you want to do. Make the video you want to make. So if PewDiePie doesn't make the video he wants to make, he's not going to have the passion behind the video, and everyone will be able to tell. And they'll all not like the video. And so, like for example, if PewDiePie started making, let's say he had 1,000 people telling him what to do, and before he started his YouTube channel, and then he made a video he didn't want to make, but he made a video the audience wanted. The audience would then have dictated what he did. He would not have liked the video, and the video wouldn't have done well because everyone would have been able to tell he was not passionate about what he was doing.
And I think they did. They could tell because it wasn't great content. The trick is sometimes, and I think we've kind of been in this issue too, or in this area with the people yelling at us to play Sims over and over and over again.
This thing.
Oh yeah. What happens when your audience wants something from you, but you know it's not something you can give to them, right? Like, and there's a weird thing going on with the Final Fantasy VII remake. Get to that in a second. But basically, there are times when you have made something and people like it so much they want that again, but you're like, no, that can't happen again. How do you message that? And at some point, are you ever trapped by that? Are you bound by that?
I think James gets a lot of tweets about how they want him to take his shirt off and his pants off
What?
and his underwear off. Whoa! That's a lot of gold.
Good job, Adam.
Holy shit!
Buy die.
Buy more ladies. Just scroll down and keep buying women.
And then also, he spent all.
That's it. Anyways,
Oh, you auto.
what do you do, James, if people want you to take your shirt off over and over and over? And
I write a fucking script where I take my shirt off.
Oh. All right. Well, then never mind. He answered the audience and said yes. You could do
So,
that.
So
yeah.
it cheats.
There you go.
Well, like our thing is like we like to do the opposite of what people tell us. So usually, like you'll always see this on Twitter. Someone's like, "Can you wish me happy birthday?"
yeah.
And then James will wish Gus a happy birthday.
Yeah.
And like that makes us laugh. And so it's like we sort of like I don't know. We don't like to meet people's expectations.
My whole question is, do you trust me? Do you trust me? The reason you're asking me to wish you a happy birthday is because you think that I'm entertaining to you. So if I just say happy birthday, you've written my script, which means you don't think that I need to interject anything to be funny. So I'm going to do what I think is funny, which is not wish you a happy birthday, because that's what you want.
Well, I guess the interesting thing about YouTube is that everybody thinks that YouTube is, again, something anybody can do. So if the audience can do it, and then that means you can do it, they're just as good as you are.
That's true.
So if they ask you to do something, they know just as good as you what to do.
Well,
is that true?
No, because they're watching me and I'm not watching them.
Exactly. And
That's right. You're better than them.
And no, we're not saying we're better than them. We're just saying
it's because we followed our instincts
Right.
to get to a certain point, and so we're probably not going to just be like, okay, well, we're not going to follow that instinct anymore.
And it's kind of one of those things where, like, I know, for example, there are certain actors that I like. I like Colin Farrell. I've liked Colin Farrell since he was Bullseye in Daredevil.
I like Christopher Maloney.
And I actually think I even liked Colin Farrell before that. I think he was in Minority Report. I liked him in
Minority
Minority
Report's
Report.
great.
And I trust that whatever Colin Farrell is in, I will like Colin Farrell. That's something that I can't go to Colin Farrell and be like, act it differently.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Do phone booth too.
He's a better actor than I am. So I know that whatever he's picking, whatever he's doing, I trust that he will do the better job than what I am thinking. That's sort of the way I think about it.
That isn't to say that you can't have input on the creative
Of course not.
process
No,
or
of course
influence things. There's tons of times where people have sent us games or ideas for games, and we've been like, oh, and then we try, like, there's this whole thing
The
here.
demo disc, yeah.
This whole thing here, which someone sent us, and we were like, hey, that's a pretty good idea. And we did it. So, like...
But the thing is that he didn't send us a show treatment for demo.
No,
discs.
yeah.
He was just like, here, play these.
Well, the funny thing is the $1 1 hour.
Oh,
The whole
yeah.
$1 1 hour. It's fiasco is a wrong word for it, but
Fiasco.
but basically how like Spoole pitched that concept, and
We laughed at him.
we laughed at him, but we were also like,
a good
we
idea.
should do that,
Yeah.
right? And then people after the fact were like, oh, you should do Spoole's $1 1 hour show, and they came up with the idea that we had already come up with as a group, and then they also created a list of ideas, and that was at the top of it, and they kept sending it to us as an example of how much people wanted it when we had already agreed to do it long before that list ever existed.
We were just trying to get to it.
It's just it was just we had to reach that point, and so like it was one of those things where a lot of people were like, oh, we made $1 1 hour happen, and it's like, I mean, we're glad that you
helped.
enjoy it.
Yeah, you helped.
And you basically made us feel really good about like you
Making
basically
a show.
pulled a Shenmue where you came and you said we already want this before anything even exists. But we had already come up with the idea for it, like we had already basically decided we were going to do it. You just pre-confirmed that it was a good idea for us to do it.
Yeah.
So that feels good. That's a situation in which case it feels good, but
I get where PewDiePie is coming from, though, where
Definitely.
not so much now because he's on top and he'll probably stay there for a very long time. So he doesn't really have to do much. He's not really a slave to his audience, but at the same time, he wants to make content that his fans enjoy. So I can see the pressure where it's sort of like, maybe you gotta like ham it up and you gotta play to the camera. Whereas like we never really do that. We do it to like some degree. Like we're not gonna be like lazy, super cynical fucks where we're just like, fuck everything, fuck you. Someone's
Fuck
like,
you.
hey James, do this joke with me. And you're like, fuck you. And you're like, we're not gonna do that. That's
unless
just
it's funny.
me.
Say your catchphrase.
Fuck off, dickholes.
You did it.
Get your fuck on.
That's it. That's the one.
So there is a balance between appeasing your audience and doing something that makes you happy, and just I can see people getting burnt out on that though.
But like I said,
Yeah.
rule number one from YouTube: make yourself happy.
True.
That's rule number one when you're making videos.
I guess the thing that
Dildo reviews.
Dildo reviews with Adam Kovic.
The thing I've always been scared of is when you get to PewDiePie territory, there may come this like breaking point where you enter this death spiral where all people want from you is what you've already done.
Oh, yeah.
And if you do that, you're not going to do it with any kind of enthusiasm, so it's going to be shit content. So you have to tell people.
True Detective Season 2 is garbage.
So we'll get to
Let's
that in
get
a second.
there.
But like, what happens when people get so mad at you because you're not listening to them or respecting their opinion, but really it's that they're not understanding the creative process or what you have to do to produce good content? So,
Turn off your auto clicker before you scroll over there.
No, it's
It
fine.
clicks.
so like, what happens when you're at this like weird breaking point where the audience demands a certain kind of content, and you don't want to make it for them because you know it's going to be bad, and they refuse to like, they get so angry at you for thinking you know better than them or something like that. Or say you do make the content and they don't like it, and you're like, I told you so, and they're like, well, you just didn't make it right. Like, what happens when the audience becomes so insistent?
Joel, are you listening to this?
Yeah.
So, do you know of any YouTube channels that this has happened to? Because I don't. And I assumed that Joel might have.
Well, this point hasn't really happened to PewDiePie either.
No,
like,
but not but like other.
I've seen the opposite. So do you want to come here real quick?
Yeah,
get over here, Joel.
Oh, I like Joel.
Here, I'll check out. I don't want to mention any names, but I've actually seen the opposite, where the audience wants, like, you're known for doing something, like, and the audience wants you to do something, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to do that. And so YouTube advice is do what you want to do what you're passionate about. So this person was like, you know what, I'm going to totally change what I do because I'm sick of doing this thing, and I'm going to do something else. And boy, that person is not nearly as popular now as they used to be. Not making as much money, not getting as much views.
Sitting right fucking here.
Ooh,
Well, it's
burn,
embarrassing
that's a
for
big
you,
burn.
but not for me.
The mighty have fallen.
Yeah. So, but I don't know, again, I'm not going to name any
So,
names.
and that reversed. So they were doing it. Well, it depends on how much of a change. There's a lot here.
There's a lot here, and also like it was a different time in YouTube when that person was super successful.
Got it.
But they made a conscious decision to stop doing the thing that made them successful in the first place because they were like, I'm sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore.
That's not why people went to their channel. So it's like if PewDiePie started doing like dramas, like he started doing narrative drama or something on his channel, everybody'd be like, what the fuck is this? And
Truly, that was Sophie's
and
choice.
they wouldn't come back.
Also, like all things, it's business.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta make business, right? Like that's kind of how it works. So if Colin Farrell decides that he only wants to like he only wants to climb mountains from now on, and he doesn't want to act in movies, and then he's like, I'm running out of money. People don't really like that I'm climbing Mount Everest over and over and over again. It's like, that's a decision you had to make when you wanted to climb Mount Everest for the rest of your life, bro. Like,
Yep. So then he goes back to making movies.
so then he'll go back to Mount Everest.
Yeah.
I was actually over this weekend. A friend of mine had a birthday party, and there's a lot of like mutual friends, and there was someone there. There was a few people there. A lot of them work in YouTube and other channels and stuff like that. And I was talking to one of them, and I was like, "Oh, you looking for any games?" They're like, "Eh." I'm like, "You played anything?" "Eh." Like, last time I saw one of your videos, you were like super happy in this one video. I was just like,
Wow.
okay,
Wow.
burnt out. Like,
Love is over.
yeah. And I was like, oh, that's sad. Like, I hope I never get to that point where I'm just like, I don't like making stuff.
Turning that crank.
I'm also super distracted by these little girls I'm touching.
That's a cat, actually.
I'm sorry, Catwoman. I mean, they're
That's
so
a
innocent.
bear.
I'm sure they're of age
She's
in some
114
country.
years old.
Hold on just a sec. I thought of something.
What?
We got to sync.
Yeah, we can tail sync though, provided we remember.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you going to remember that, or should we just do it right now? And
No,
I'll have the time
here,
for it?
I'll put it in my notes.
Okay.
We will absolutely, totally, 100%. Also, I mean,
You can
You
remember?
forgot.
It's not my job. I'm not putting it in my notes.
I'm putting in my notes.
I was going to
Here
say
we
the
go.
other thing, the actual gaming aspect to take away from the PewDiePie thing is, how many Five Nights at Freddy's came out this year?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I mean, I would be burned out by now.
This is what happens because PewDiePie's, I guess, close to the industry, and he's like,
Yeah.
like you may not realize this because you haven't played them all. You've only seen the headlines or seen people tweeting about it or whatever. But he's like, these games are all the same.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be making the same video I made.
Well, he
before.
said as much.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it because it was sort of like PewDiePie reviews games.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's just jump scares.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
there's nothing really scary here. It's like, we've seen this.
And
it's
also,
like, thank you.
The big thing about this video in particular was he knew when the jump scares were coming because he played so much Five Nights already.
Yeah.
Like, so they would happen, and he would just turn to the webcam and be like, it's just not working anymore.
Yeah.
And then the audience was like, it was weird, the rainbow of reactions that I saw in the comments. Some people were like, why are you faking it? And he's like, I'm clearly not. Like, that's the opposite of what I was doing.
He was actually giving you the real reaction.
And then
which is
some
nothing.
people were like, you should have faked it. Like, make entertaining content. And
Oh
he's
boy.
like,
Yeah,
So-
you don't want to watch someone who's faking.
Yeah,
basically.
No, you don't fake it because then it comes through and then everybody can see.
It's an interesting thing
That's
on the
something.
subject of faking it in YouTube. It's very interesting because it's really unclear what faking is to some audience members. Because I remember there was one time, Adam Lawrence and I, in our spare time, played Destiny together. We played Destiny together and we were like, fuck it, let's cap it, and then we'll put it up.
Yeah.
It'll be a Destiny gameplay. And we put it up and people were like, why are you guys faking it? You're pretending to have fun. This isn't like you guys. And I was like, we chose to play this game for fun, purely for fun.
Yeah.
And I remember afterwards, like my cheeks were hurting because we were playing tug of war on the edge of the thing, and it was purely us in a game for the sake of having fun.
It was something that we thought we're not sure if this will make a good video, and we ended up putting it on the channel, and we're like, oh, it was funny.
We didn't have to make jokes, we didn't have to do silly things or shtick or anything in any part of that video. We didn't feel obligated to do it because we were just playing a game that we felt was fun, and we were accused of faking it in that video.
Well, to be honest with her, I mean, like, not to get too granular about our content, but like with the co-ops, those co-ops aren't funny.
No.
They're fun.
Yeah,
they're fun to watch.
Yeah,
so like, I mean, like in my opinion, they're just fun to watch. I don't laugh at them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, these are fun because like they're having fun and
Yeah.
like the game is having fun with them and they're having fun with the game. Like but it's not like a like you know.
Well, like our
big guttural laughs.
our bread and butter is like playing shitty games like Manhunter, where we can all just laugh at the game. It's very Mystery Science Theater, which is obviously a very huge inspiration to all of us.
Nope. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say though, but the co-op stuff allows for like spontaneity, and that's why like if you get into like Pewdiepie situation and you're kind of just playing by yourself. I know he does stuff with like Cinnamon Toast Ken and these other channels and stuff, but he's typically mostly by himself.
Right.
But you miss out on the spontaneity, and like I enjoy those moments a lot. We were just playing what was that game?
Dead
Realm, and it sucks because we're missing half our cap.
Yeah.
Because OBS shit the bed.
Well, it may have been. I think it may have been the game.
Or the game, or whatever. It's early access, but there was a moment where the whole game is like evolve with ghosts, basically, and we're all running from a ghost. And James and I are running down the hallway, and we're like, come on, and I accidentally closed the door on James.
Like we were sticking together, and it was literally Adam, and then Adam runs to a wall button as I'm coming around the corner, hits it, and then a gate comes down right in front of me as Bruce is chasing me as a tiny baby ghost monster. And so I'm like, you son of a... Like, it was a very genuine moment.
Yeah, and it was me apologizing, going like, I'm so
You're
sorry,
on the other side
sorry.
of the gate going, I'm so sorry, and then you watch me get killed.
And it was like this weird part of my brain where like, you have to learn how to play games for entertainment because we do create entertaining content. Like, you can't just be moving the mouse everywhere or like the controller because you realize like, I need a hold-on shot. That's like if you guys ever watch me play Manhunter, the way I play games, like first-person shooters, I'll spend a lot of time on something because it's almost like you're operating a camera rather than a character. And so, like, it's a different way of playing games, but it's still enjoyable. I don't know. But I was just saying, like, I enjoy those moments, and they're rare when we just have those spontaneous moments. I don't know. I'm saying the love is gone from our relationship.
No, we love each other. And we also love well-fitting prescription glasses from Warby Parker.
We do.
Adam, you've actually used this service,
You're
right?
a smooth operator. Yes, I have used Warby Parker. I like them.
Oh, what is it like, Adam? Tell me about it.
So I guess I'll tell you first. I don't wear glasses anymore. I got LASIK a while ago.
This is sponsorship, by the way.
I know, no, it's fine.
I feel like I didn't make that clear.
No, it's fine. This is sponsorship, but this is a true story. I miss wearing glasses though because I've been told I look good in them. So I did buy some frames from Warby Parker. Whenever basically I get raccoon eyes, when I like go out in the sun too much and you wear sunglasses and you have a sunburn but your eyes are still kind of white, I'll wear my Warby Parker glasses.
Interesting, because glasses got you into that mess, and now you're counting on glasses to get you out of them.
I'll tell you, I'm pretty sure I know why my eyes went bad. But anyway, the glasses are awesome. They're pretty affordable, and they're really high quality. So I really like them. I highly recommend it.
Affordability is something that they stress. They say that glasses should be viewed as a fashion accessory, just like a bag, shoe, necktie, a hat. People wear hats or neckties. Maybe Joel.
Yeah, they do.
They're talking about Joel.
Absolutely.
Warby Parker says at $95, we make it easy to accessorize with glasses. On top of their great price, all glasses include anti-reflective and anti-glare coating at no additional cost. And all glasses include a hard case and cleaning cloth. There are no additional items you will need to purchase. Go to warbyparker.com, that's W-A-R-B-Y, Warby Parker, Parker.com/dudesoup to choose your 5 free home try-on frames. You can then send the frames back and choose your favorite pairs and order. And by visiting that URL, you will get free 3-day shipping on your final frame choice. Warby Parker makes your experience completely risk-free and free shipping all around. And for every pair of glasses sold, they distribute a pair of glasses to someone in need. So go to warbyparker.com/dudesoup today to get started on finding your new look. So from the sounds of it, basically you can pick 5 frames that you think might look good on you. They ship you all the frames without lenses, obviously. You try them on at home, see how they fit, see how they look. You then send them back. You say, I want these because they looked good on me, and then they'll actually fill your prescription and send you the glasses back. So I've actually bought glasses from a different outlet, and you basically have to order them up front. So you kind of have to just guess how they'll look on your head, and also from the measurements. Yeah.
Well, also going to the doctor was always like kind of a pain because you're like,
well, yeah, you
like
need
this
to
is
know
all
your
you got.
prescription.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, we got these other cool ones. It's going to take 6 weeks to come in.
Yeah, the frames cost hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only limited to what they have in stock. God, I remember the first pair of glasses I ever got my dad was like, you can get the cheapest frames in the store or any other pair of frame that's exactly that amount of price. So it was like, okay, so I'm dealing with the bottom tier of anything. So I ended up getting these really disgusting looking like blue plastic frames that broke nearly immediately.
Were they the Carl's Jr. frames? Remember the Carl's Jr. sunglasses you get free?
Yes. Also,
When I
when
grew up, it was called Hardee's.
I'm sorry, the ones you get at Hardee's.
also when Men in Black came out, if you went to Burger King, you get a free pair of like basically
Remember the
cheap
Burger King
Ray-Bans.
Men in Black sunglasses?
Bayrans?
I remember now, like, I was kind of put in a corner there because my dad forced me to buy the cheapest frames, and then they broke immediately because I was a kid, and then he yelled at me because they broke, and then he fixed it with hot glue.
Oh.
So I basically had this giant
While they were
glob
on
of
your
hot
head.
glue and then a fingerprint on, like, my glasses. I was the coolest kid in school.
Oh. I was wondering where that was going.
No, Adam, keep clicking.
Adam,
Keep clicking. Adam, keep clicking. God damn it.
I was trying to level up.
Hit one.
You're gonna lose.
I'm gonna
Oh
lose.
my God, you're gonna lose your first fight because you
lose.
fucking scrolled off the screen.
Sorry.
Oh wow, that was close. How did he do that?
He didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
He didn't
Now
get
he's
it.
fighting Dragon. You gotta hire more women.
I'm
You need
trying.
can you buy more weapons too?
Buy Izumi. Oh wait, you
can't
need
afford.
145 million. You gotta stop wasting your money, man.
Is the ad read over?
Yes, it is. So moving on. This is a really quick kind of. I feel like this wraps into
Click on
this.
a little dog.
Oh yeah, you gotta click on the little dog thing. Gives you gold. You got 26 million gold from clicking on the dog.
No, he hasn't been clicking on the dog.
You guys need to chill out.
This is like normally Adam goes, anyone else want to play? I want to play.
Maybe
Let's swap. Let's
Maybe
swap
maybe
at
let
some
James.
point.
Maybe let James captain this ship.
Man, this is.
You just don't care is the problem.
Yeah,
You
why
don't
would
care
I?
about Sakura Clicker.
Why would I?
What is the auto clicker? 1?
I feel like.
What is it? 1?
It's just one. Chill out. This is what people play after they like get shot in the spine and they're learning to walk again, or like to get some sort of like.
Yeah, to get their boners back.
No, like the idea of they have forgot
There you
basic
go.
movement or thought
Yeah,
processes,
strength
and they're
goes
like,
up.
here you go, the most
All
simple
those
thing in the
skills you
world.
didn't buy.
All you got to do is click,
Fuck me.
and it's visually stimulating. This is for 2-year-olds.
I mean, yeah, this is it's a flash game.
Sorry to any audio
I'm
podcast listeners.
pretty sure there are a lot of
We're
30-year-olds
playing
playing
garbage
this
right
right
now.
James loves it.
I know.
Look at him.
I know, and then this was my worry is that the mouse is right next to the microphone. All you're gonna hear is click, click. click,
No,
click, click,
I
click.
just needed to do that to level up. Look, now I fucking powered up my main clicker. She's doing
It's lame that you're
1.8 million
cheating this
damage.
much.
That's true. 3 seconds at the helm,
Look,
and
and I
James
can
is
cast
annihilating
spells,
this
too.
game. He's fucking slaughtering it.
Pathetic.
It's because I care.
So, Tetsuya Nomura, the guy's directing the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh yes, him.
Yeah, he dropped. You missed a dog. It faded away. Come on.
Oh, James blew it.
You guys need to pay attention to Lawrence.
He blew it.
Nah.
That includes
This
Lawrence.
is Final Fantasy VII.
Lawrence, pay attention to your brain.
So he basically said that the combat system of Final Fantasy VII is going to get like a dramatic change.
Good.
And this is, it's funny because yes, you say good because you've thought about it and you realize playing. First of all, if you wanted to play Final Fantasy VII, you could do it now. It's on PlayStation 3. It's on everything. So
I want to say the Final Fantasy that they had a timer that would count how long you played, and I think it capped off at like
99 hours.
I think it's like 99 or 80 hours or something like that. I remember filling that thing up 3 times.
nice.
Whoa, really?
I played a shitload of Final Fantasy VII. I've probably played it more than any other game. I've also played other Nomura games such as Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. So I
right,
played
you love those games.
Yes, so I'm very familiar with his work. I enjoy his work. I've actually met him. I went to the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children premiere
Nice.
in Los Angeles when I was working at G4. I met the guy and I like freaked out a little bit because I'm like, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2 right now and you're fucking awesome. And he was sort of like indifferent. He like
What the hell was
broke
that?
the game.
Interbox. There you go.
Anyway, so yes, go ahead. I'm saying for anyone out there who's gonna get mad at me for saying, no, Materia is the best thing in the world, and Ultimate Weapon and Final Fantasy, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I played a lot of it. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
condescending.
Stop being condescending.
Condescending.
I'm one of the biggest Final Fantasy VII fans in the world, and I'm not that excited for the Final Fantasy VII remake until I fucking see a game.
Are they gonna make the game not look like Final Fantasy VII?
That's actually kind of my.
Oh,
yeah. So it's
wait,
weird.
you don't want it to look like that?
I don't want it to look like the original Final Fantasy VII. No.
I kind of do.
Oh, like the pre-rendered
What?
background.
Bro.
We've already have that one.
Yeah, we have-
Well, no, I know, but like more modern. My fears are going to go like the Final Fantasy 13 route, where
I
it's
see.
this pseudo sci-fi. Like I don't know, it basically
I don't think
loses.
they're gonna change this.
So I hope. Well, actually no, because of Advent Children. Remember the way they kind of changed the look of
They
everything?
didn't really. So this is I brought this up before. When people think about Final Fantasy VII, really the only thing they think about is Midgard, because the rest of the game
gosh.
didn't look like that. Like Midgard was very cyberpunk.
You
like
should sit here,
steampunky.
Lawrence, so you guys can kiss.
Yeah. Nom, nom, nom. But like when you get
I know,
3 hours into Final Fantasy VII,
kind of
it looks like a typical fantasy.
Yeah, it looked like
Anyway, how this relates to the previous topic is, so that has basically made the rounds, and it's funny seeing people on the internet react to that, because to a point everybody's like, I don't know what that means, but I think I don't like it. Because I think it's the sort of thing where that's me being condescending there. I think that's the sort of thing where like somebody wants to feel the way they felt when they first played Final Fantasy VII, but they don't know what that means.
Wow, there's the theme in this week's podcast.
Right. You're picking up on it.
Yeah.
So it's getting to the
you
point
will never feel the way you did the first time.
You saw
That's
5
called
minutes of Freddy's
nostalgia.
video.
Yeah, remember the first time you felt semen leave your body?
No.
You'll never feel that again.
I wish I do remember
blacked
that.
out.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
That was magical. God, what a confusing and exciting time.
So can I tell you what I want
you play your game.
from Final Fantasy VII
Yes.
remake? I want it to be like Streets of Rage. I think it should be a beat 'em up,
Like Air Guys?
a new combat style.
Or the bouncer.
It only takes about 3.5, maybe 4 hours to get through because the game only costs about $20. But it's all the major points of the series that you get to do again. Like maybe you even get to play as Sephiroth burning down Nibelheim,
That'd be
or
cool.
like stuff like that. You do different things that you didn't already do in Final Fantasy VII.
Sure.
So like maybe
Play
they
as
like
Zack a bit more.
They just take
That's
like the
just
biggest set
Crisis
pieces.
Core.
Oh yeah, that's Crisis.
They just take the biggest set pieces of Final Fantasy VII and they just like do them in a new way. So like the motorcycle chase scene
Sure.
is now it like has new cool game mechanics
Sounds
behind
like
it.
you want. I think you're starting a whole new business here. It's like the Cliff Notes of gaming.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
Well,
hi, I'm a full-time father, and I've got a job at the methadone clinic. I don't have 80 hours.
Do they make methadone
like,
clinics?
Do they make methadone clinics
Do they make them?
anymore?
Buy more women. I mean, hire them. Sorry.
Yes, I think they do.
Anyway,
There you go.
So whatever, you work a full-time job, you don't have time to play with little Japanese dolls anymore, but you want the 3-hour version. I think we're millionaires.
Well, no. My
That would fail
whole
Spoole's
case-
$1 1 hour, though.
My whole case is,
Champion of the
is
internet.
that they have. You can get Final Fantasy VII right now.
Yes, you can.
You can get it, and it looks pretty fucking good if you get it on
Yeah.
PC.
yeah, but I want to buy it again, and I want it to be the same.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You don't.
Hold on,
Because
hold
they
on.
want an HD
I want to
remake.
relive
Can
my
I say what I
experiences.
want? from
I
Final
really
Fantasy?
wanna hear what
Because
Bruce wants.
I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I've seen it. I've watched it played. I don't know, 5-6 times at least, all the way through.
Sure, yeah, it looks like a Final Fantasy.
And I don't know the story, by the way, even though I've watched it.
Don't worry. A lot of people that have played it.
I cried!
Don't worry.
I don't really even know the story.
Yeah.
And I played it a lot.
I want.
No, it was an alien.
I just want to.
yeah.
I don't. It sounds like Final Fantasy has gotten nowhere near trying to like access the larger audience. Like I know a lot of people like Final Fantasy, but I don't,
People are going to get mad at you
well,
for saying
they're not
that.
the larger audience, unfortunately. Regardless, I want them to try and like access people like me that are like this game looks like kind of what James described, which looks really cool. And I'm like, oh, holy shit! Like this looks really neat, and it might be really easy to get through this without having to worry about digesting 40 hours of story.
You want them to whitewash the series.
I
I'm
do.
with Bruce.
The only
I'm
reason
with
is
Bruce.
hold on. The only reason is because it already exists. So
Yep.
so
called
if
Mass Effect.
If they that's actually a really good point. But that's sort of what it is for me. I'd like to see it so that I can play it and sit down and play for 4 hours.
I mean, the thing what I really liked about Final Fantasy was I remember Final Fantasy
sniper.
VII was the first Final Fantasy I played. I've only actually played 7, 8, 9. I didn't really get through the other ones. They didn't really interest me. Yeah, I don't know why. I just kind of I think I got into other games at that time. But 7, I mean, go back and watch those early commercials. You're like, I don't know what this is, but I want it.
Well, it was
And-
entirely the CG.
Right.
It was like
Yeah.
the cool shit of like Cloud on a motorcycle.
But even
and then
the-
those like sky shots of Midgard. You're like, oh,
But
awesome.
even the fight scenes, like watching the combat, you're like,
Yeah.
this is different, and like because it's turn-based, they could do
Polygons.
some. Well, they could do these like really cool things, like that dude's got spiky hair and he's got a sword, and this is about the time I discovered what anime was.
Yeah.
Not
it was
that I really
a
ever
pretty
got
magical window for a lot of American children.
Yeah, and like this is also, actually, yeah, this is pre-internet, so I only had magazines and friends, and like, you okay there, James?
Watch, no, he's gonna do that thing because he thinks he's cool.
Sniped.
It turns out it's,
Thinks?
I've been watching a lot of.
I'm like that Yu-Gi-Oh player we were
I was just
watching.
gonna say I've been watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh videos because I got to get ready for
anime?
Yeah, we gotta get ready for our Yu-Gi-Oh duel.
I brought my GoPro in too, so we can.
I need to buy a cape.
We're gonna go. God, yeah, we're gonna go.
I
to
need
the
to
store
buy
and
that
some,
the
cards.
deck.
Dual disc?
Yeah,
I've
the
been
dual-
looking at it. They're really fucking expensive. Jesus Christ! You have to buy. They don't make them anymore.
And
so you
all
have
it
to-
is, it just replaces a table.
Yeah, but you have it on your arm.
I remember watching
cards.
Oh,
So I've been watching a lot of clips of Yu-Gi-Oh, and I remember seeing it when it was on TV when it first came out, because like I'd watch Pokemon and other Digimon and other shit that was just on, just like I'll check it out, whatever. And I remember Yu-Gi-Oh being strange because it's a little boy with the voice of a 45-year-old man. And he's like, my father is dead. And you're like, why is that your voice? Dear God.
What is that coming from?
It's a gold. I bought a gold fountain spell.
So much gold!
Is the
Sorry, audio podcast listeners.
Wait, you bought a gold fountain?
Yeah, so Adam wasn't buying any of the spells, and you can buy a spell that just spews out gold.
Wow.
You can cast it every,
This whole thing
30
scales
seconds?
in the dumbest way
10 to
possible.
9 minutes, okay.
You're killing a boss with, what was that, 2.9 billion hit points?
I'm gonna say this.
Best
Good
game
call on the auto clicker.
Yeah, I know. I'm full of them.
Because now you can just power up. Now every click does 15 million damage.
Anyway,
Love this game. I want them to remake this.
You're not clicking. There you go.
I love that we live in a world where we can be mad about a fight combat system in a remake of a game that no one deserves.
Wow.
Wow. Hard.
What? No, a game already came out.
Oh no, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, Square doesn't owe you anything. They don't need to make it. Look, there's a theme in this week's episode.
Yes, there is a theme.
Everyone was asking for it, but I'm sure at some point Square was like, you guys really don't want this. This is not what you want. You already played it. And like, I'm sure there's a lot of people who work there who are like, I don't like Final Fantasy VII. They're like, it's my least favorite one. 9 is where we should go. Go back to to actual Final Fantasy. Have Tails
There's
and
always
weird shit.
There's always that one. Whenever
Mages.
Well, but I'm assuming 7 though is probably the best-selling game of all the Final
It was
Fantasies.
it sold
total
very
unit
well.
sales, I'm not sure about that.
What would be better?
I mean, so
The 13 series, I think, may beat it
the
because it was
first
on-
13 probably did really well. The trick is, like, game sales in general have just gone up over time. So the best-selling game in 1998 does not even compare to like a middle-selling game nowadays.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is like.
The best-selling game of all time is Tetris from 2006.
It's true.
I know, but regardless, what I'm saying is.
Does that count with mobile though?
Oh my gosh! With Final
It was
Fantasy-
mobile.
With Final Fantasy VII, that was probably their most popular game. I would assume in terms of sales and vocal majority and all the other garbage.
I think 10 probably is probably a little more popular.
There's also one of those really frustrating things about the games industry where, unlike the film industry, where a lot of people are like, well, that movie failed because here are the box office receipts.
Yeah, you can't see any of that stuff.
Even though it's a bit more transparent, even though it is still kind of shady. There's some weird. We could do the whole other podcast on that. But regardless, the game industry, it's a lot of guessing. Yeah. It's a lot of guesswork, and you
Unless
can only
they tell you, and they only tell you if they're trying to brag.
Exactly. So it's hard to. I mean, to answer your question, Bruce, no one knows.
No, but I'm gonna guess.
I'm
that's
going
the
to-
reason they remade it.
It has
Yeah.
the most resonance, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the property of
Shenmue
Final
audience.
Fantasy VII is the most valuable.
I guess also for those who don't know why we're waxing so hard on Final Fantasy VII too, it was a big deal at the time because before that, Final Fantasy was mostly known as a Nintendo franchise. It was on NES, it was on Super Nintendo. Like that's the only way you could play it, and the fact that this was the big one and it was a PlayStation exclusive, it was like at the time, was like mind blowing, and like people like myself bought a PlayStation just for that game. Because you're like, it's on 3 discs. Back in the day when more discs meant good.
Yeah.
You're like,
Still does.
Yeah, to a degree. Yeah.
Lost Odyssey, man. 4 discs. Good shit.
Yeah. Well, discs don't really exist anymore. But, yes, they do.
Well,
I'm saying plural.
That's weird. I remember
It's just Blu-rays now. And if a game comes on 2 Blu-rays, God help you.
that's a real big
another
game.
Goo Girl. Oh, slime. There was
Hang out of girls.
I remember 6 was kind of my entry point because I just randomly rented it from like the video rental store when it's called Final Fantasy 3. And then I remember like blew my mind. And then I remember seeing screenshots of what Final Fantasy 7 was supposed to be in Nintendo Power because it was on the N64 for a little bit. Looked like garbage. And then they abandoned it because the N64 didn't have enough storage for what they wanted to do. And then I had to buy. I got it on PC, Final Fantasy 7, when it came out like a year and a half later. Oh, the throes of
I
being
still remember
14.
the game ran like garbage. Like there are moments where like I forget which one it is, like Emerald Weapon or something like that's like
It's super choppy.
I forget. It's not Emerald Weapon. I'm being an idiot. It's been so long since I played the game, but they would do the thing where they would layer the FMV and then put the polygon character on there, and you'd
try
be
and
like
scroll at the same time.
and you're
Yeah.
trying to run, and it's just like slowing down. At some point, the developer said, "This is my vision. This is what we want," and then the game would also go from like. You know, you're like super tall cloud, like normal looking, like in the CGI
Yeah,
cutscenes.
I noticed that.
And then you're like the super boxy, like crappy character, but his eyes blink, so that was cool.
was cool.
But yeah, it was a sort of, I don't know, it's sort of a weird entry point. I think it was there for a lot of people, so I'm pretty sure that's why there's a nostalgic tie to it, probably more than most other Final Fantasy
Well,
games.
it's the same with Shenmue. The same deal. Like there were people that played Shenmue when they were 14, loved the game, and it's nostalgia. I mean, like You go back and play Final Fantasy VII. I'm sure it's better than Shenmue. I'm sure of it, right?
Completely
Am I
different
right?
game.
It's got to be better.
I think it's better.
Depends what you like.
I think it's
I
better.
don't care if it depends on what it is. Subjectively speaking, is it better or not?
I think, to me, it is better because Shenmue was an experiment, and
Okay,
experiments
yeah. It was
don't
dumb.
tend to fare as well as Final Fantasy VII, which at that point was a pinnacle of a game type. Like, it was a game type that already existed,
Right.
and it was the pinnacle of that game type of the time.
Okay, I see what
You
you're
know,
saying.
so
Right.
like it was more like this is the perfect. Up to this point, this is the perfection of this kind of format. Whereas Shenmue was, let's try something entirely new.
I
So
guess.
these are two unrelated things, but I had a great idea.
Oh.
So I found out, I was looking at Reddit the other day, there's an island where like it hasn't been touched by,
Oh yeah.
it's like off the coast of
Heard
like
about that.
India or something like that, and like other outside humans haven't been on that because they just get murdered. Like they don't let anyone there, and it's like hard to even get photos of it. We should kidnap someone from that
Nice.
island,
Yes.
put them in a room, and give them 2 games.
Oh, okay, all right.
And be like review, and so it's like Island Man
What
reviews.
does review?
Yeah, tribal reviews, we'll
Nice.
call it.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so we
New YouTube series.
well, then, because this guy he is the perfect barometer. Because at the very end, he's like, "Yeah, Shenmue wasn't that good."
Yeah,
and you're like, "See,
which one did I
Told
like
you."
more?
Yeah, see, and he's like, but even Final Fantasy, he's like, I didn't really follow the story. Like the Genova part didn't make much sense, and Sephiroth wasn't really the villain I was looking for. I don't know.
I think the big thing, the big thread connecting those two is both Shenmue and Final Fantasy VII were astounding in their time because they set new levels of production value.
Well, also at the time, I mean, we have the luxury of looking at new games. Like we're just watching the Xbox press conference stuff right now. There was a game where you play as basically Dante with a dragon, and he puts
Yeah.
on headphones and kills things.
Skillbound.
It looks fucking awesome, but then you show any kid that, or who has grown up playing that sort of stuff, and then you show them Final Fantasy VII, and they go, ew. But at the time, like, that was revolutionary.
Well, it's funny because there's a weird narrative there where 7 came out, it had FMV, it had awesome music, it had relatively interesting characters for the time.
But none of that matters if it can't suck you in. I mean, like.
Well, that's what sucked people in. It was an entirely new thing, and then the 7 tech demo came out, and yet again it was like, holy shit, that looks better than anything else I've seen right now.
Wait, for those who don't know, talk about what's the tech demo.
The PlayStation 3 tech demo, they showed it. Square showed it at. It was like showing off the PlayStation 3, all the amazing power it had. They basically remade a very brief intro section from 7, and I think it scratched the same itch where people were like, holy shit, that's how I remember 7. I remember the first time I played 7, it gave me this amazing realized look at this new world with amazing production value. The problem is, tech is at the point now where you can't really wow people with production value anymore.
It's true.
So,
Are you serious? Like, what do you mean? I mean,
like, what game has blown you away with just the way it looks and the way it sounds?
Like the visuals, I guess Crisis 3.
Crisis. Yeah, it was-
I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but like, well, okay, so I just finished Stick of Truth. The fact that I can play an episode of South Park blew my mind.
It's only at 30 frames per second, though.
Also, that's production design. I think
Yeah.
No,
more
but well, I'm
than-
saying,
more
like,
than it is.
they-
It's more like the first time you play Quake, you're like, fuck me, it's in
yeah.
But I'm
3D!
but
more
I'm
than
just saying,
visual.
like, I'm okay.
There's a difference.
It's
though.
frustrating because I guess South Park does it so well that you don't notice it. It's because like you couldn't have done that on the N64, and it's proven with the N64 version of the
was
South Park
terrible.
game that looked like garbage.
Right, yeah.
And I'm playing this game and going like, I am in an episode of one of my favorite shows. This is really cool. But then also just watching the Xbox press conference, this could be a total lie, but Crackdown 3 looks like you can destroy every building in the game, and it just topples over and falls on other buildings. Like, that blew me away. And then the Quantum Break stuff, like, aesthetically looks amazing.
But I guess what Lawrence is trying to get at, and what is actually true, is that yeah, the graphics will get you there for a second, and then after that, once
And then
Crackdown, all the buildings go down, and you're like, fuck, I got nothing left to do in this game.
well, ultimately,
You know, like-
gameplay is always the most important thing.
and that's what we're saying.
Sure, I agree,
So,
100%.
So I guess that's what I'm getting at is that like with Final Fantasy VII, the gameplay that's nostalgic to you doesn't matter to me. So if I want to sit down and play Final Fantasy VII, I'm not going to be super wowed by the fact that it was like the game from 15 years ago.
Sure.
You know, like-
I mean, if we're going to go in order of things of wow factor for Final Fantasy VII and like what I nostalgically remember, it basically goes design.
For me, it was all aesthetic. Like,
Sorry, yeah, basically design, aesthetic, same
Yeah.
sort of thing, and then
the music and
Gameplay?
the look
Is
of
gameplay in there
Midgard got
somewhere?
me.
gameplay's like third.
Third, wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
the
because it's
material
fucking
system was
turn-based combat.
I
It's
know.
like, okay,
I'm aware.
It's
I
an
know.
active time battle, Adam. It's not turn-based.
sure, whatever. I think then second's maybe like Golden Saucer.
Yeah, the gold
Chocobo-
I was gonna say,
Chocobos.
it had a world which was filled with side quests that weren't just pointless things. They
Yeah.
like getting to the end game of Final Fantasy VII was like thoroughly enjoyable.
Well, getting Knights of the Round and then killing Ruby Weapon was way more satisfying than killing Sephiroth. Like Sephiroth was easy. Like he wasn't that big of a deal. Like if you take out Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon, you were cool.
And he blew up the entire solar system like 8 times while you were fighting him.
Yeah. Actually, that would be great if we could skip the summon cutscenes. That'd be fantastic. Those are long.
Some of them.
Oh,
Knights of the Round takes 10 minutes.
That was an
it's
option.
awesome.
That was an option in 7. You just go in and turn it into a quick summon. And it'd go swang, and then there'd be like a bop, and then the number would pop out.
Awkward. Well, look, it just added to my 80 hours of playing the game, so whatever. I showed it to my friends. I think I actually still have the memory card somewhere at my mom's house.
You saved it?
Yeah, I have my
Check it out.
Yeah, you better.
I have my Final Fantasy.
It should be in a
VII
frame
saved.
somewhere.
Oh man.
Well,
Anyway, I want to build a time machine to go back in time and beat myself up.
If you're nostalgic for cool things from the late 90s, you might be interested in a subscription from Loot Crate. This is a sponsorship, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Thank you, Loot Crate, for sponsoring this podcast, but for less than $20 a month, you can get 6 to 8 items of gamer and pop culture licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind items, and more. Make sure to head to lootcrate.com/dudesoup and enter code DUDESOUP to save $3 on any new subscription. This month, the theme is villains. I'm going to read this because this copy is pretty interesting. Whether they're terrifying or tragic, something about bad guys and gals is just plain fun. Probably the snazzy outfits, army of henchmen, and totally relatable, quote, treat yourself to some sweet loot, end quote, attitude. Thanks for joining us as we celebrate our dark side with epic items from Marvel, an exclusive DC figure, a unique wearable we've never put in a crate before, and more.
Was it a thong?
Does that mean like a condom? Yeah, what does that mean? You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate, and when the cutoff happens, that's it, it's over. So go to lootcrate.com/dudesoup and enter code DUDESOUP to save $3 on your subscription today. Once more, lootcrate.com/dudesoup, enter code DUDESOUP, no spaces, all lowercase. Somebody needs to do that and tell us what this unique wearable is, because I'm pretty sure it's a condom.
No, I don't think it's a condom. They wouldn't put that in Loot Crate. I think it's a thong.
Could be a thong.
Yeah, I think it's a thong.
Batman thong?
Ooh, a bat thong.
So, continuing the trend.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah?
Real quick.
Oh, yeah.
This is for the video podcast.
All right.
Gold!
Oh my god.
It doesn't stop.
The character you're playing as to the right, just look at her face. She's like,
She's really into
She's just as bored as I am.
she's like, is
digging
this
it.
all there is to life? She's a billionaire. She's a trillionaire.
She's a trillionaire.
Holy shit.
We made it to a trillion, boys.
This is so stupid.
Hire more women. God, it's. I know this doesn't happen, but I really enjoy the idea that at the end of your life, you stand before St. Peter and he makes you justify the way you spent your life on Earth.
Like
and
this?
he's like flipping through his giant book, and he's like, you spent 17 hours clicking on anime girls.
St. Peter, I actually let it go overnight a couple times. So,
I had an
that's not
auto-clicker.
entirely accurate.
Dear God. I had this nightmare one time where when you die, you're basically strapped into a chair and you have to watch your life again in real time.
And like just cringe at everything.
Well,
you
no,
did
here's the
wrong.
worst part. You get to the end where you die, and then you're seeing the part where they strapped you in the chair again. You're like, no!
And then you have to watch yourself watching your own life.
Well, the idea is like, depending on how much you lived your life or didn't, is the punishment you have to endure. So it's like, it was the sort of idea of like, you should probably make your life interesting in case when it's all over, you have to be
He's saying
strapped
do
into-
drugs. There's a dog.
But wait,
we go.
watching yourself do drugs would not be nearly as interesting as doing drugs.
I mean,
I guess that's sort
So
of
you
the...
just
maybe you
gotta
get to
see yourself.
experience it.
I guess
like
that's the thing, is
slouching on a
you don't really
couch.
feel the experiences other than the sense memory. I don't know.
Sense memory.
Yeah. There was
That
a good...
sounds cool.
I never saw that movie. Was it Walter Mitty? You see that?
Yeah.
There was someone put a clip on it. I saw it. There's the one where it's like Sean Penn or whatever, and he's like, why don't you take the photo? He's like, sometimes I just want to take it in. And like, I do that all the time. Or there's always people at a party, which I feel like takes away from the moment where they're like, I'm having such a good time. Everyone fucking stop right now.
yeah, take a picture.
Look at us having fun. I'm like, that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
fun. I'd rather have the memory.
Well, that's why you do
Hire the women,
candid
dude.
photos. So you don't tell anybody you're taking pictures.
Get a
You take
harem.
picture.
Yeah.
Buy them. Buy.
It is. It's funny though, because like you'll look at
Just
like
hit it once. You don't have to.
I don't know. You'll be out like you're camping, and like when you're camping, you're miserable because like your pits stink, your crotch itches, like everything's bad. You haven't slept well. You take a photo though, and like,
It looks like you're having fun.
and then like years later, you're comfortably in your home in your air conditioner, like, huh, I was happy then, and you're like, no, you were miserable. Life sucked. it was bad, but like the memory is good.
You only
For
do
the
that.
record, this is basically Adam's outlook, not necessarily everyone's outlook.
I love that.
We
I
advocate
I'm sorry,
that.
you're clicking women.
think
I'm actually not doing any clicking.
Anyway, if you're having a good time, don't stop me.
You're zone 11 too. Hey, the fact that the number's going up implies that there's an end. So just keep at it.
There's a button
You fought the
so
same
you can get to
girl.
this last spell which resets everything.
What does that mean?
Great.
You're gonna prestige.
Rewarding 12
Restarts
spirits.
game
basically
progress?
What do
prestige.
spirits do?
I don't know.
I
Oh,
guess
it's
we'll find
these.
out.
It's these.
Oh, you got a new one! Oh!
That's
Dear,
it.
dear audio
It's,
podcast
I think these
listeners.
things are spirits.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
My
And then
bad.
you can trade them in to you start the game
Oh,
over, and
that's
then
a
you
little
can
What's the
go
next topic?
Lawrence, come on.
for like these
Pay
things.
attention.
What's the next topic?
Well, this is I haven't seen True Detective season 2 yet. You guys have,
almost
and
over.
it seems like the theme.
One more episode.
The theme is still carrying over, where people saw True Detective season 1, they thought they knew what they wanted, and now they're getting mad that they're not getting that exact thing again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys run with this one because I haven't seen it yet. But.
True. So True Detective season 1 was an interesting conundrum because it was this new thing that people thought that they understood, but then started theorizing that maybe they didn't, but then it turned out in the end that they did the whole time. Like, if that makes any sense. So basically, as True Detective season 1 was unfolding, people were like, oh, I know what kind of show this is. But then it was changing. They're like, wait, maybe I don't. And then there were all these theories. The same thing happened as Breaking Bad was kind of reaching its end,
Yeah.
where people were like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. What's happening? It
It's
could
a
be
sign-
anything.
It's a sign of a good show. Lost did this, all this stuff where you put in theories. The thing with True Detective though is it was never too crazy. It was just everyone was assuming it was crazy and ended
Yeah.
up being very much grounded.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, yeah. And
know.
you're like, oh, that makes sense.
There was that one in the end of season 1 when he's like,
looking at the universe. And
yeah.
That's just
his
him.
outlook.
Yeah, yeah.
Him
just-
personally.
yeah,
It had
that's
nothing to
not
do with the entire show.
So it's
I
interesting.
don't know, I think they imply that there is a grounded supernatural element in the show.
Kind of. It has a Twin Peaks vibe.
I
No.
agree. However, I don't think that that's what the show is always trying to communicate.
I agree. I think that's-
But regardless, I think the True Detective
I
season
get
2, the show, I think, I really want to talk to an actual detective, by the way. And the reason is
my
because
mom?
the show, well, like, how often has she been a detective for like big murders and things like that?
Like 10 years.
For murders? Yes. She did really?
She commits murders.
Look.
Well, then I want to talk to your mom.
Growing up
talk
with
to
a
Adam.
police
Adam sounds
officer for a
fucking
family
awesome.
member, you find just like random pictures of dead bodies in like the family scrapbook, where she's like,
I remember that one.
I'm just saying, this is the sort of shit I grew up with. Where like I remember finding
Like,
this picture.
Leave a picture accidentally?
She took like a Polaroid and I think she just threw it in there. But there was a photo of a dead body they walked in on where. So what happens when the body just lays there for too long? The blood pools a certain. Basically goes where
What's
gravity
up?
goes. So there's this big fat dude and his head was all black. Like he was a white dude, by the way, and his head was it looked black, but it was all blood in there. And then his whole body was just pale white, but his hands and his feet were just puffed up and huge. And I think the cat started eating his nose. And I remember just going, Mom, like, what is this? And,
The reason I say that is because I'm curious to find out how close it is to an actual detective.
okay, well, I think she actually watches the show too, so I should ask.
I mean,
Yeah, you should ask
in
her.
terms of True Detective season 2, a lot of it doesn't deal with necessarily conventional police work. You know what I mean?
especially now.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is they're following leads. That's what they're doing,
yeah.
and that's one of the things that I think that the show communicates well that everybody can't follow. It's hard for me to follow because there's a bunch of leads they're
The
following,
show also doesn't treat you like you're a fucking moron.
which I like, which I appreciate.
Which I like
That's
when
a lot
all
of HBO
shows do.
stuff. Yeah, I mean, like Deadwood, like you have to basically learn, like Deadwood and The Wire. I feel like you have to like
The Wire,
learn
yes.
a new language
Absolutely.
basically just to understand it.
It's true.
Yeah.
But once it's sort of like learning a new language, you just shut your brain off and go and just take me as you will,
Right.
and then you start to enjoy it, and then you rewatch it and go, oh, I didn't get that the first time. That's a sign of a good show.
Here's something else about the controversy, because a lot of people, True Detective season 2 is gaining a lot of criticism from people saying it's not as good as the first season. And I would argue that point, but I think Bruce has the best outlook because Bruce watched season 1 almost immediately before season 2 began.
I did.
How amazing is season 1?
The first 4 episodes are boring, and the thing is that they're shot really well. So the cinematography is amazing. The acting's pretty good. The writing is boring, and the fact of the matter is that they're like, whether or not you think season 2 is boring, they're at least following leads. In season 1, it's a lot of them just sitting in a car theorizing.
There's a lot of car talk.
Like, and what they're doing there, and I love season 1. I think season 1's probably one of the best seasons of television that exists anywhere. They're establishing character for you. So when at the end of this the season, when they're in danger, you're worried about them, rather than like, oh, there's a murderer on the loose. Here's the murderer. Oh, I gotta follow the lead. Oh, we caught him. You know, like that's nothing. The first 4 episodes I watched with my girlfriend who hadn't seen it yet, and I was like, just get through them, because I realized how boring they were. And I was like, just get through them, we'll get there. And you get to the final shot of episode 4 of season 1, which is like that really long continuous shot with no cuts. And it's amazing, and that gets you back into the series.
That's where most people were like, have you seen this show? Check this show out. Right, and it is that shot. Like, it is worth watching just for that moment. Yeah. And I don't think there was really a moment like that in season 2, but going back to the topic at hand.
There's a shootout in season 2 that's fucking amazing.
No, it's a great shootout. It's great. And for any, sort of like pseudo cop drama that takes place in Los Angeles, thank you for, at least trying something different.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I think a lot of people were like, oh, I hope they're going to do the one shot again. And I was really glad they didn't.
Yeah, I was too.
Because like our whole topic today, it's nice to look at what everyone's telling you what to do and then just saying, fuck it, I'm going to do my own thing because this is what I want to do. And I think ultimately you'll walk away and look at True Detective season 1, 2, and then possibly 3 and go, I liked how different they are. Are you making kissing noises?
What the fuck is going on back there?
Nothing. You're on the podcast. Spoole and I are having a moment.
No, what are you talking about?
It's very distracting.
Joel's trying to make out with
Spoole's editing.
Anyway, I lost my thought. Joel, whatever.
Here's another thing, too. I think the series is... we're lucky in that it's an anthology, right?
It's new characters every season.
And so it's new characters every season. Like, honestly, American Horror Story is not a good show. The first season's really good, and everything since then has been pretty much one good first episode and then a bunch of other blah afterwards.
And then shoehorned musical segments? Thanks.
Shoehorned in musical segments more
Thanks
recently. It seems like everyone's getting really bored and they're not taking advantage of the fact that they can do something new every single time. But it seems, and this is purely a theory, is that True Detective is going to tackle all the different tropes of detective stories. So the first one was Sherlock Holmes. There was this one regular dude, and he had to team up with this eccentric person who he couldn't even relate to on a human level, but seemed to have all the right answers. Like, really weird. That's Sherlock Holmes, basically.
So then what's season 2?
Season 2 is, well, it's LA Confidential.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's those types of Los Angeles corruption detective stories where we don't know who to trust. Who can we trust? And it's these people from different departments, and they're the good persons from each specific department, but like they're forced together to work together. All kinds of this, which makes me think that the next season will probably be one dude that a woman comes into his office and says, and says, I need you to find this, and then that
like
unfolds.
Chinatown.
A Chinatown, Sin City, something like that. So
The Maltese Falcon.
Well, it's weird because season 2 was based in LA, and that LA is the hub of noir. So I was like, are they going to go with like a noir detective angle for this one? Apparently they're not.
What they did was really smart. It is based in LA. There are LA things about it, but it actually is more. This sounds.
Go ahead.
Gold spray! Ding, 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 ding.
I wish this was Vegas.
We don't need Vegas anymore.
This is a super hoity-toity thing to say when you're from Los Angeles. It sounds super hipstery, but very few movies and shows do Los Angeles correctly. There's so many ways of doing it wrong. The first step is showing Hollywood, because Hollywood is completely misrepresentative of what Los Angeles is.
True Detective hasn't done that yet.
True Detective, it's been very, very anti-Hollywood. Like, it created this make-believe town called Vinci, which is like on the outskirts of LA.
Well, it's like every other town in Los Angeles.
Yes. So I was like, oh, thank you. This actually feels like a show in LA. Drive did a good job of that.
Yeah, right.
I thought, where it's like it showed kind of the darker side of LA. Collateral did a really good job with that.
That's true. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, definitely, yes.
Boogie Nights.
But like Heat, one of my favorite movies, doesn't really represent LA as well.
You're also dealing with like world-class bank robbers.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can buy their way out of living like peasants in LA, like we do.
I only say that because Michael Mann did both Collateral and
that's right.
And Heat, but Collateral I felt like was more of a if you watch it, like LA is almost like a character in the movie, like the way it's represented and the way, because they shot a lot more of it at night because they had digital cameras at the time that could pick up light that didn't exist back then. So that's why it has a different feel and vibe to it. Regardless,
so Tom Cruise.
Well, True Detective seems to be pretty representative of Los Angeles.
Yep. And even though it's a make-believe town, I think they did a really damn good job.
Well, it's like you can point to any city east of Los Angeles that is Vinci. Like they're all basically that little city.
Well, it's funny, like Paramount Studios, you look at images of it and you're like, wow, what a beautiful place. If you do a tour, I implore you, visitors of Los Angeles, take 3 steps to the left and see the broken down, like little shanty town next to it, and the broken street and the crappy Astro Burger next to it. Like,
Wait, where's this? Where?
Paramount Studios,
Yeah.
like on like Gower.
I like
down there.
Astro Burger.
No, it's fine, but I'm just saying, like, I think people have this vision of Los Angeles, like
Glamorous.
Hollywood, and the studios, but there's like it's such a perfect image of like this multi-billion-dollar company. Then right next to it, there's a sidewalk with
like a
just
cash only, like
there's like
scuzzy-
a syringe sticking out of
Yeah.
it, and you're just like, oh,
Well, Joel,
Hollywood's disgusting.
Joel probably lives in the closest area to what people imagine to
Hollywood?
be
Like Silver Age
yeah,
Hollywood.
like Los Angeles or whatever.
Yeah,
But
he's
like
like-
we're also like, sorry, Joel, we can't come visit this weekend because yeah, we don't want to get shot.
Well,
in the
then
back.
also,
Yeah, the shooting.
well, then Joel tells stories where he's like, I can't fucking find parking in front of my own
It took
apartment.
me 45 minutes to
Yeah,
park
whereas like
from my own
we
house.
were in Frisco, Texas the other week, and I was like, you could park anywhere, but why would you live here?
It's one of the things
it's
I miss
very
about
warm.
Texas. You got to drive 60 minutes to get anywhere, but you can park as soon as you get there.
It's great. There was so much parking, and Los Angeles will just bend you over a barrel
Mm-hmm.
if you decide to put your car anywhere. But public transportation doesn't really exist, so fuck me, right?
Well, it's one of the. It does. The LA Metro's not that.
Well, I mean, like, it's
just buy-
getting there. It's getting
bad.
there.
Just buy a tap card and be patient. That's all you got to do. We got phones. We got music and podcasts everywhere.
Anyways, the best part of True Detective Season 2 is that there's only 8 episodes. So it's really easy to get into because it's really fast.
Yeah.
You just say, it's only 8 episodes, no big deal.
James, how do you feel about the fact that they traded? I would say there were 3 hot women in True Detective Season 1.
Ooh, so
And
yeah.
they traded it for 1 Abigail Spencer. How does that make you feel? Who
Well,
never
the-
gets naked.
hold on, the,
actually, and
1 episode left.
what's her face?
Rachel McAdams, pretty
Yeah.
fucking hot.
That's-
Rachel
what I
McAdams is hot, but then also
she's
Vince Vaughn's chick is.
Oh, yeah,
I can't
she-
figure her boobs out. By the way, I was thinking about that watching the episode last night. I can't figure out how her boobs work because they start right about here, and then she wears these low-cut dresses that go to about the center of her chest, and you
her
still
sternum,
can't
yeah.
see anything.
Well, I think they put her in a push-up. I'm not sure.
no.
It might no. It
Gravity.
looks like it
It's
might
like a
be
push-up,
a push-up
but
bra.
gravity
It's
bra.
a push-up bra, but that has more bra below it to make it appear as though like. I can't point it out on Kumiko here or whatever, but imagine if Kumiko's boobs stopped as soon as the like material appeared, and then there was fake boob shaping below it.
I have a theory about Season 1 because Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey were like producers on that show. So I think Woody Harrelson was like, he also sleeps with, he has more time with women, and he's the ugliest dude in the world.
Yep.
But he gets with every like hot chick on
Yep.
that show. I was like, huh, EP. Huh?
Well, he's the EP.
Yeah, and then Season 2 is like, well, Taylor Kish got a fucking dude.
right.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, he also got to have sex with that super hot chick.
After he took some Viagra
Well, that wasn't real.
and then put on like an Oculus Rift.
There was
Picture-
real
with
Viagra.
a picture of a dude strapped to it. He's like, yeah, I can make this work.
Anyways,
He's a great actor.
So anyway, I do agree that there is a hot chick. There doesn't have what's her name, Dario or whatever.
oh my gosh, Alexandra Diodario.
Yeah, she.
The one
I
with
guess
the
she's just
bright
not
blue
in it.
eyes, the one that he's having an affair with in Season 1.
But
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Sorry, go
but
ahead.
yeah, I know that's it. I'm just pointing out.
Not to get stuck on shows too much, because probably not everyone's seen True Detective, since I know it's on HBO and that's not easy to get. Watch Mr. Robot. I think the first
It's on USA.
I think the first 4 episodes are free on USA.com or something like that. But
God,
like,
please.
that is, I think, the show that it's for me at least right now. It's like the new Breaking Bad.
I've got some really bad news for you, by the way. The only reason you guys are watching Mr.
Yeah,
Robot.
Bruce dropped it on all of us.
No, because of my dad.
That's fine.
Dad told me to watch Mr. Robot, and I was like, whatever.
Bruce,
Dad.
news.
Bruce described
That's
the show.
real bad news.
The show Bruce described sounded awful. Like he was like, "Hey guys, there's a
yeah,
show."
yeah.
Well, he did
It's
it
called-
right. He said, first of all, just the title's dumb. Please don't pay attention to
Yeah.
that.
The title is really
Well,
dumb.
well, you really undersold me, which is good because then I was like, all right, I'll kind of casually check it out, and it is like one of the best shot,
It's
one of the
awesome.
best acted, one of the most interesting. Like,
Well, I'm coming around to the title too. I think it implies like the main character obviously has a break with humanity and has trouble understanding people and emotions. So
Sure,
as
yeah.
much as Christian Slater is Mr. Robot, the main character is also. And personally, I've felt that sometimes too. Like, is there an aspect of being human that I'm just missing out on
the other thing too,
that I can watch Interstellar and be like,
you
"This
can
gravity shit is
you
dumb."
can I think you can attest to this one, Lawrence. 80s electro is like kind of
yeah.
a thing now, which I really like. Like there's a whole subreddit on it, and like it is a type of music like Kavinsky and a lot of like Laserhawk, and it is a style of music now that I actually legitimately enjoy. And there's like 80s throwbacks like Kung Fury and stuff are like a thing now.
Yeah.
And Blood Dragon, like I like this sort of idea that 80s is a thing that never. The style in which it's done is like it never really actually existed.
Well, it's like a fake
It's starting
future.
to though.
Yeah, but it's like it's making its way back into media, and Mr. Robot does that really well.
it does.
Every title, when it slams and it has the Sega font, and it's just like it is this pseudo like crappy, like it is sort of like blurred a little bit, and like, but the music in it is so damn good. Like it is all like that synth electro, like it feels like a John Carpenter movie, and it's shot in such a way that it makes you feel awkward. Like they do these really like they'll shoot someone's head.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so much height, and you're like you feel so uncomfortable.
I noticed that in a lot of the dialogue scenes, like the talking head will be in the lower right portion of the screen, looking to the like bottom right corner of the frame, and you have all this empty space, which to me signifies that like people that have certain mental hangups don't know how to focus on people, don't know how to look at their faces right, often stare off in the distance. Like, yeah, you're right. I think the directing of the show and a lot of the way they frame up people is meant to make you feel kind of broken and like you don't get people and you don't feel comfortable around them, just like the main character.
It feels
brilliant.
very Stanley Kubrick. Like it's just shot really well. For a TV show on USA, which will show like 16 episodes of CSI back to back, and then they do this show where, I mean, like I'm not a hacker, but I use a computer enough, and I understand like certain basic things. The show, like True Detective, kind of doesn't think you're an idiot. Like if they're going to talk about Linux, they kind of assume you know what Linux is, or like what the super user permission settings are in Android. Like
I like that they actually show
put it
Twitter and Facebook too.
Yeah.
And like they actually show those UIs that people know.
the other thing they do too, which I fucking hate in TV shows, whenever people pick up their smartphone and the light stays on, because they're not using the phone application, because they're just faking it, and they opened up the email and they put it to their head, and there's still a light on their head. On the show, they actually take a phone call, put it to their head, and then the screen dims because the sensor went off because it knows it's using the phone application.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of little nods to authenticity.
Whoever does the fact checking on that show, or like who is that meticulous, where they're like, actually, the controller button is green when the Xbox is being played. It's not unplugged. Like people who have an eye for detail like that. Thank you. You're doing a fantastic job. Anyway, watch Mr. Robot.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think it's collectively our favorite show right now. Are you watching it, James?
I've seen 2 episodes.
Okay.
He's getting there.
And I like it. I just haven't.
Yeah, you're getting
I haven't
there.
sat down to watch it.
Okay.
I
Also
will
Wet
say
Hot
though,
American Summer.
and this is not on the show at all, but it does have something that I'm kind of tired of, which is the exhausting protagonist.
Oh yeah.
But this isn't a bunch of things. I started listening to Crime and Punishment by whatever Dostoevsky or whatever, and I couldn't finish it because the protagonist is like, I'm sick and tired all the time, and it was an amazing story, but I just couldn't get into it. It's kind of a trope, to have like the protagonist with a hang-up.
It's called a tragic hero.
I guess so.
It's
like tragic though can be he's very heroic and he goes, but then he does something and he fucks it up. There's the other which is someone who's like, I don't know if I should do anything. But the thing is, it's like Fight Club's the same way.
The show feels very Fight Club.
And it's not that I dislike it for that. So do not think that. It's just one of those things where I'm like, it's kind of tiring to watch episode after episode and be like, ugh, just do something.
If the show is going where I hope and think it's going, I think it's going to change.
I think so too.
He will change. But I can be wrong.
Well, the creator said he's got like 5 or 6 seasons in mind, which you should never say. But with the way the first season's going, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm really interested to see how they drag this out, or maybe they're not going to drag it out. But also, the turning point for me, I was going to say, James, for that character. We all saw the Academy Award-winning film Need for Speed.
Oh yes, we did.
The main character in Mr. Robot is one of the guys in there.
Yeah.
He was very annoying, and he was awful in that movie. He was just kind of like a little side character, so who cares? But he's really good at Mr. Robot, which I may have called Bad Robot at some point.
His performance is fantastic.
No, he's fine, Mr. Robot.
Okay, good for me.
His performance is fantastic.
Yeah.
Come on, get to one
what's above
gazillion
Trillion?
or whatever.
I don't remember.
What's after a trillion?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Come on, let's get there, and that'll be the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, man.
What about Mission Impossible?
It's great. I like it.
It was a great movie.
It's fun.
I kind of want to go see it again.
It's fun.
I'm enjoying some of the nods back to the first. They were working some of the musical themes from the first movie, which I was like, I remember
Need for
that.
Speed?
Yes, the first Need for Speed in Mission Impossible 5.
Yeah.
They're
it's interesting because they're trying to tie the universes together.
What is AA? The game is like, you're not supposed to get this far.
Like, excuse me.
Well, we can stop.
Look at your DPS.
Oh,
Do you have another
man.
sponsor at the end of this?
No, that's it.
All right.
You don't
Hold
want to talk
on.
about my balls?
I'm gonna spend
I
all my
don't.
money.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend all my money on
No,
this.
we don't. It's way more than an hour. Oh, we got a tail slate.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Look at him go.
Okay,
All right, how do you want to
sync
do
on a
this?
click.
Yeah, sync on a click.
Click on the Patreon button. That'll be our sync. Adam will do that.
I'll just do a right click.
Okay,
I'll do a
that
right
works.
click. Ready?
Oh. Yep.
I don't know, you're waiting.
1, 2, 3.
That took a bit.
We'll do another one.
You guys
All
mock me.
right. 1, 2, 3. There
Nice.
we go. Second.
I liked how Pavlovian it was though. Like, oh, you're gonna sync, and then Lawrence looked at me.
Well,
That always
normally
comes
it's
from
this
James.
person.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'll do it if you want.
We got it.
All right.
Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for
Goodbye,
listening.
Kumiko. Thank you for journeying with me. We only got to level 13.
No, it's because you're not good at it. Sorry.
Well, I think we're really
even with
good.
auto clicker, you fucking cheater.
All right, well, let's just let this run.
I then got to ask Mark and Gabe anything I wanted, so I obviously asked if I would ever see Half-Life 3 as I am a terminally ill patient. Gabe held my hand and just said, I don't think so. He was trying not to weep, but I did.
That's my favorite part.
Oh man.
That's my favorite part of the email. Just go ahead.
He said, we are probably able to show something more next E3, but not earlier.
Oh, E3.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm really sorry about
big on
this. Although you might enjoy what we have in store, I couldn't believe my own eyes. Left 4 Dead 3 was being booted up right behind me. We started playing it for a good hour with 2 other employees, which apparently don't have names.
Just men.
Yeah. Mark and Gabe too? Whatever.
Sure, whatever.
Names that weren't Googleable.
He started telling me about how Left 4 Dead 3 was their next big thing. It's their new IP. Nope, new IP.
It's the cancer. It's the cancer talking.